I the jerk in this? Am I the jerk? You ever been there before? We're like, man, was I the one that was in the wrong on this thing? Every once in a while, we throw it up on social media, and we solicit for these so we can roundtable them quick here on the Playhouse and see if you are or are not the total jerk. Am I the jerk case? 1 of 3. We have a 5-month-old daughter. Both sets of grandparents are obsessed, obviously, and FaceTime almost daily. But it's exhausting to keep up with my own family, so I stopped answering my husband's mother when she calls and FaceTimes and told him that if he wants her to get those moments, he needs to be the person she calls, and he needs to be the cameraman, and he needs to be the one that puts in that time. He thinks I'm being unfair because I'm at home with the baby all day, but it's exhausting enough to do everything I need and want to do that for my own mother. I don't have time to play camera person for his mom. She can literally drive here if she wants to see the kid. Am I the jerk?
I want to say yes, but at the same time, no. It is different because if you're doing it to your family, that's just where I think you kind of are the jerk, because it's not like you're just saying everybody, nope, I can't do it, but you're just doing it to his family. I don't like that, but I also kind of get it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of sad, but at the same time, like, there's no reason he couldn't be putting in that time, right? That's his mom or dad or whatever. I mean, there's no reason he couldn't do that for them.
Especially because you have to talk to them for a while, and then they're only going to talk to the kids for a little bit, but really it's kind of you going back and forth with them, saying what the kid's doing, things like that. So it can be a lot. And if you're at home all day with the kids, I think, I want to say not a jerk and let the husband deal with it.
I think I'm also going to say not a jerk. I think that if there's no reason you're obligated to answer every person that calls you phone calls. You're not. You're just not. Am I the jerk case? 2 of 3. My sister asked me on occasion to help out with my niece. Actually, quite a bit. Random pickups, an hour or 2 here and there at my place, and it's been increasing, and I just didn't feel appreciated. If anything, I felt taken advantage of because I've always been available to her, so I've stopped being available. Cold turkey. And she says I'm being a bad aunt now. I'm sticking to it. She needs to learn to balance her own life and take some responsibility for these times that she's not able to be responsible. Am I the jerk?
I think you're a jerk for just not telling her what's going on. You just are now saying, nope, I can't help anymore. Why don't you say, hey, it's beginning to be too much. You need to kind of organize your life a little better. I wouldn't word it like that. Say it nicer. But see maybe why her life is becoming like this. What is she dealing with that she's not able to do all this?
I think I probably agree with you. I think you're not a jerk for not wanting to do that and be free childcare for somebody. If you are a jerk, it's because you could have just easily said, hey, sister, I feel like maybe I'm starting to get taken advantage of a little bit here. I think you need to start coming up with somebody. I can't be the only person you call for this.
Yeah.
And whether it was her offering to compensate you or start like finding other people to reach out to. If you were her one and only solution to every problem, that's not fair to you either. If anything, she's the jerk for expecting that. And I feel like you've sent that message, but there was a better way to send it, probably.
Yeah, you definitely have to bring it up to her so she knows why you just stopped. You can't just stop and not say anything, because now I don't like that she said you're a bad aunt, because you've helped her so much. That was rude on the sister's part.
And am I the jerk? I make more money than my husband does, and it's not weird for me, and I don't think it's ever been weird for him. If anything, we joke about it, how he's a kept man. He makes fine money, but I make better money. And it shouldn't be a problem for him. It's 2022, for God's sake. But his family said something the other day when they were visiting with us and having dinner that bothered me about our new home. We did buy a fairly expensive home, and they kept talking to him about how expensive it is and how it's going to be hard for him to pay for. And I got annoyed. So I said, what does it matter to him? I pay the mortgage anyway. And they looked at me funny, and I said, you realize I make like $40,000 a year more than your son, right? And he was so embarrassed, and they were surprised and very interested in that fact. And the conversation went on for an awkward amount of time. And he's been really upset and now feels like that I was trying to seem superior to him. Am I the jerk?
I think it was maybe just how it came across, because it does seem like you were trying to help him. You were getting annoyed. The parents should have just stopped after. It's none of the parents' business.
No.
How you're paying for that house. If you're able to afford it, they don't need to be asking questions. I probably would have said something too, because you get so frustrated to stop talking and they keep going on. I wonder though what he said to his parents. Like if he made it sound like he's the one who was paying for all of it, which is also, I don't like that. Why would he lie to them? I think you just tell him, I wasn't doing it to make it seem like I'm better than you. I was doing it because I wanted to stick up for you and I was tired of your parents saying it.
Well, I think it's always awkward, too. Like, I think there's certain things you just don't talk about, and that's, like, money stuff. Like, it was awkward that the parents were, like,
yes,
quizzing the two of you or him or whatever. That's weird. Like, I don't think you really should have needed to interject, but I don't think you were a jerk. I think they were probably more a jerk than anything. I don't like that they were, like, quizzing you guys about your finances.
Constantly asking about it. Just right away, if you guys said, nope, we're good, we got it, they should have just dropped it. I don't think you should have said, I make over $40,000 more than your son, and got into details like that. You could have just said, we split the bills, we have it figured out, and it works for us. We're able to afford it.
So I agree with you. I think that's probably the good way to handle it. Can I slide one in for myself? Because I felt like a jerk this morning.
Yeah.
Or at least like a Grinch a little bit. So I was driving to work, and we drive to work, a little earlier than everybody else. So it's still the dead of night or whatever. And I was kind of judging because, like, 4 houses down from us, they had their, like, exterior Christmas lights still lit up. And I was like, it is the middle of February. Like, I love Christmas. I really do. But it's the middle of February. And then I turned as I'm starting to weave out of my neighborhood, and I saw another one. And I was like, okay, I'm going to count. And just getting out of my neighborhood onto, like, the major street to get to the highway, there was 8 homes that not only had, like, their lights were on. Like, these were on lights at 4 a.m. They were on and glowing. And then the very last one I saw, not only did they have the lights on their house still glowing, but you could see that there was a Christmas tree.
No way.
That was glowing inside. It is February 17th today, correct? Yes,
yeah.
February 17th. And it actually made me angry. Like, it made me mad. Like, I like Christmas, but we took our stuff down like the 27th. Like, I'm done with it now. It was 2 months ago.
Now, is it all just Christmas lights, or is there any decorations? Like, is there a Santa, reindeer, anything like that, snowman?
It was just the lights with the exception of that one tree. And I was like, the tree I know is too much. But even the lights being on, like, why? I get you're not going to go outside and take them down because it's icy and dangerous or whatever. You're probably not going to do that till springtime. And that's fine. But why would you have it? You're wasting electricity. You're having them on all night still? Why?
Do they look pretty?
Yes, in December. Why would you have them on now? Am I the jerk for being like annoyed by it?
How many did you say there were?
8. There's 8 homes in my neighborhood.
I mean, I want to say you're kind of a jerk, but at the same time, I agree.
Is that not weird?
Why? I get like the whole kind of being lazy and not wanting to take them down. So you keep them up, but then, don't turn them on.
Like, I actually, because the first house is close enough to us that I know the people. Like, I see them in the mailbox. I don't like hang out with them, but I know who they are. I'd half a mind to be like the next time I see them, hey, your timer's still on for your lights. I don't know if you're like, maybe you guys go to bed early. I didn't know if you know your Christmas lights are still on.
You don't think they know?
Do you? That's so weird. Why are they still on? It is almost March.
Okay. I'm sure, does your electric bill go up a lot with Christmas lights?
Yeah, I mean, it's noticeable.
I think they would notice, don't you?
I assume, just take the timer off. Take the darn timer off. It's not December.
I don't think you should say anything. I think that's a little too crazy. Someone's saying maybe it was a Valentine's Day tree. What color were the lights?
Just standard Christmas colors. And there's the white lights, the blue lights, the red lights. I mean, it's everything.
So we don't know if it was for sure a Valentine's Day tree.
I didn't see any pink lights. The Christmas tree was white lights.
Okay, so that's probably not Valentine's Day.
Say probably no.
I don't think you're a jerk. I do think that's a little bit too many for it being February 17th.
I think it was just weird to me that it was more than one. If it was just one house, I had not even thought about it. But the fact that I was able to count 8 just in my neighborhood, I was like, why? And I assume that I don't live in some super Christmas neighborhood, right? It's not,
Whoville?
I don't live next to I don't live in Whoville. Thank you. I assume that's a fairly accurate assessment of most. There's got to be a couple in every neighborhood still.
I want to know, do we know anybody that still has their lights up? What's the reasoning behind it? Is it because it's cold and you don't want to take them down, it's icy, or you really like them that much? You forgot?
Amy, all you have to do is go unplug the dang thing. You don't have to take them down, unplug them.
What do you mean? Yes, they come off.
Where it goes into the outlet. Unplug it out of the outlet. Just to turn off the timer. I'm plugging out of the outlet.
So you're fine with them still keeping them up if they don't turn them on?
I wouldn't notice them there. But I'm driving to work at 4 a.m. It's glowing lights. It's not Christmas.
It's a little treat for you on your way to work to light up the roadway.
Yes, it was a treat for me to count to 8 houses and get mad. So I am the jerk, did you think?
I think you're a little grumpy about it, yeah.
It just felt weird.
Because they could have them up, but they need to be unplugged.
Here's what I do. I get a Santa outfit.
Okay.
And on my way to work, in the middle of the night one day, I take them down for them. And I take them back to my house.
So you're going to steal them. You're basically being the Grinch. You're dressing as Santa and taking things from other people's house. Taking people's Christmas stuff.
Yeah, I thought that was a good plan.
You really sound like the Grinch now.